I gotta fix this darn camera. And
Okay,
actually, I
fix the
can't
camera.
see it.
Here's the intro.
Do it, man. Do you think?
That's you. Now,
This is
hey, good
me.
morning, everyone. Here, and it's a nice morning down here in South Carolina. Welcome to another episode. I guess we'll call it episodes. I don't know. People say it's different things, but another episode here with my good friend Bug down here in South Kakalaki. Um,
Calculator.
I already heard a shot already this morning out here in the woods. You see, you know.
Hmm.
It is as a I don't have a background outside, but someone out there shooting deer already this morning, I think. But not a lot, not a lot of new stuff going on. Got to talk about football, obviously. I know you can't wait to talk about your Texas Longhorns. You know,
I see a big T on your couch, and I know you don't represent
well, that
Tennessee or Texas. They
no,
look like a T anyway.
it looks like a T, but it's more of a. There's
Uh,
more to it up there.
yeah,
There's a
like the
process.
little like your breast cancer awareness shirt that you're wearing. That's
Hmm.
representing the females out
That's
there.
right. So you must have been just torn up last night with Texas and, being a Cowgirls fan and everything Texas.
No, never
Uh,
that.
huh?
You trying to put that tag on me, but nah.
You're confusing. You're so confusing.
Hey man, it
Say
is
I'm a
what it is.
tell everybody you're a complicated man. It's a complicated story.
Complicated, man. It's complicated. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. How about the Bulldogs representing the red colors here? Black hat though.
Yeah, I had
But
no
yeah,
my team was I think they had they were
uh,
doing some kind of weekend at Bernie's or something. I don't know. They
yeah.
weren't playing. They weren't playing.
Mhm.
I don't think Ohio State played either, did they?
No, it was off. Ohio was,
Yeah.
I think y'all hold Big 12. What are y'all? Big 12, something like that.
Well, it's supposed to be the Big Ten,
Big 10.
but there's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, there's more than 10 in there. So,
They just kept the name. But yeah, man, it was good football games on yesterday. Little heckling going on before the game between
oh my
friends and
goodness. Yeah.
co-workers. It was
You were
chalk.
awful quiet. You were awful quiet. You were more input on it, and then it was like I was like, he's either sleeping
No.
or
I
eating.
saw what was going on. Nobody was watching the Georgia game. Everybody was caught up with the Alabama Tennessee game. Everybody was looking for that thing to go down. And then after
I
that,
wasn't watching either one, so
yeah, you probably was fixing something out there in your garage
no,
or something.
no. As you know, I went under the knife
Yeah.
Thursday.
Hmm.
It's been so everybody knows I went in and had uh, hemorrhoidectomy, something like that.
I'll get a
I know I've
name for
shared
everything.
some personal stuff. Everybody goes, "Ooh, why is he talking about that stuff?" Um, but yeah, that's what I did. I had this nagging hemorrhoid for 20 years probably, and it just kept getting
Hmm.
worse.
Hmm.
I dealt with it for many years, and then finally I said, I've had enough. Went in. Um, the doctor said he was the largest ass he's ever seen. No, no, that was me. No, it's
What's
sort of
that
some of
called?
the. It was like one of the largest he'd ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, he said it was unbelievable how I dealt with it um, for all them years. I was like, no.
Man,
I
most of
was
us,
under. I was still coming out of anesthesiology when he was talking, so I don't remember it all.
it's
I
too
get
early
it.
for you to know if you feel better or do you feel better or what's going
Oh
on?
yeah. Well, it's like it's so. I mean, dude, you get wrecked, right? Get wrecked. I got wrecked. My bum hole is so sore that, and when you squeeze your butt, I don't want to really talk too much. You squeeze your butt, it hurts. So like if you gotta, you can't tell the difference between a, you know, it's gas or something coming. You know what I mean? So
Hey,
I'm gonna spare everybody the details. I didn't get
hey
the
man.
rating that my Uncle Eddie, bless rest his soul, man. Bless his heart. He told me one time that told us that he's doctor told me and now he has he's a perfect asshole after he had his surgery.
Hey man, you want
Oh,
to you the
Uncle
car.
Eddie, man, what a car, man. That guy is special. What a treat. But anyways, I didn't get that rating, Brock, so
Hey,
that's we'll
you're
leave it up.
officially you're a Kardashian now.
I guess. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Who's
Nice there,
Kardashian? You talking about the lawyer? OJ's lawyer?
No, not his daughters. You know what
Oh,
I'm
them
talking about.
hookers that go and they sell themselves and people just love them. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We had the cosmetic surgery, man. Yeah,
Oh yeah. No, well, this is more, I guess, cosmetic functionality, whatever.
yeah,
But and you're talking about insurance, right? So this is
yeah.
I got a finally got a new healthcare provider here. I have
Hmm.
to talk about this because it just came up. My wife and I were comparing our bills, right? So she's a
Right.
new, her and I have the same healthcare provider.
Hmm.
So when we went in there, my wife went, and this was what she had her labs. You get your labs drawn, make sure everything's good, blood,
Hmm.
your blood, your cholesterol, and whatever, all this
Yeah.
tip panel, what. But I had a little extra done, right?
Right.
My just my lab work was over $2,000 that they billed the insurance company, like $2,300. My
Needles
wife
expensive.
my wife heard me. She wasn't even in here at the time. She was in her other room, and I was like, "What in the world? $2,000? This is ridiculous expensive." And she come running in here, and she goes, What? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Well, look, this is what it costs." She said, "I'm going to get mine. They're ripping us off."
Hmm.
And sure enough, the same, so they listed in details what test it was. They got a little code next to it.
Hmm.
Yet mine was like one aspect was 300, hers was like $7
Wow.
of this. It's just ridiculous. And so we're gonna call them and ask them what the hell. It's because, my wife has the same insurance as she actually has more insurance than I do.
So this
Um,
wasn't a TRICARE type
it is
situation.
TRICARE.
It is
I
TRICARE.
just have TRICARE now.
Okay. Well, you know they bill the government a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they feel they got
my
a
wife
lot
has
of money.
TRICARE as well, right?
Okay. Well,
But she
yeah, that's
also
crazy.
has extra insurance through her company that she pays for.
Was it all was hers billed all the way through TRICARE, or did she have some supplemental? What I mean,
That's what
what
I
set?
said. Let me explain it so I maybe missed that part.
Yeah.
She has additional insurance through her company and
Hmm.
TRICARE. And whenever
Hmm.
you have additional insurance, their primary TRICARE automatically becomes secondary.
Got it.
And what it is that I just myself, because we changed companies, and this new company that we work for has horribly expensive health insurance. And I don't really need it because I have TRICARE, right?
Right.
Although it's probably I wasn't planning on having this procedure, but when you get fed up with something, you get fed up, right? And I was like, I don't care what it costs, I'm getting this shit done, literally. Um, anyways, of course, when it's just straight TRICARE, they can bill whatever and get what that, then they bill TRICARE and they get whatever they're going to get and be done with it, right? An insurance company, that a lot of times they know the insurance company is looking at it a lot closer than, the government.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I still don't know if I'll be in work tomorrow. Today will tell. So if I'm not work tomorrow, it's because I'm still not
Yeah.
ready to
Yeah.
be.
Everybody
Yeah. Um,
expecting that might
yeah.
be out. And when you do get back to work, the warehouse looks amazing.
Yeah, how did that go Friday? I feel bad because I missed out on it.
It went
Um,
good, man. It went
it
good. So,
wasn't too much. I wouldn't think. Shouldn't have been too much
no,
stuff.
it still got the furniture in the back. I know the guys probably like, what are they talking about? We want to get to the meat. We want gray beers, gray beers. We don't want to hear about no furniture.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
they do.
Care about no furniture. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a quiet week for me, obviously. You'd think I would have caught up on everything yesterday and Friday. Thursday, I was pretty,
Hey,
anesthesia. I wasn't too,
hey, check this out, man. We was watching the game. We was watching something on TV
oh
last
yeah,
night,
we got to
and
talk about the games.
we'll talk about
I didn't
that.
have
But
no dog in this fight. So,
that's cool. That's cool. We watching something on TV, and a commercial come on about the election, right? And it was like Kamala Harris is one of her moves she's making is sex changes for prisoners, right?
I
And
seen
so,
that. I seen
so
that.
dog, my wife was like, Bernadette was like, what? And caught off guard. So I
She
don't know if
saw
that
it. She
moved it.
actually, yeah, what she
Yeah, I
say?
don't know if she moved the needle or anything, but she saw that and she was like, what? She's doing that. I was like, hey, babe, we'll have to talk and let you know what all's going on
But she
with
probably
that.
don't watch the show. I wouldn't imagine she didn't.
But she'll watch it every once. She always inquire about it though. I don't know. I don't know if she's
Uh,
sneaking and watching it or not, but, but watching
well,
on the
there's,
low. Yeah, but
I mean, there's a litany of stuff, and depending on, again, what side of the fence you're on, right? Whether that's the right thing to do, and then there's some, the other side of the fence is going, are you kidding me? What, when did
mm,
that become a responsibility of the taxpayers to, because, I get, if it's a mental thing, but should I be paying for their mental well-being? I don't know.
why can't they
They
just
have
talk to her?
they've had prison psychiatrists forever, right?
You took the words right out of my mouth. As a man, I'm against neutering other men for whatever reason. Like, so it sounds like a mental type situation. You know what I'm saying? We're probably gonna get a lot of damn hate mail on this, but come
No,
on,
you
man.
won't, because none of
They're
your
gonna get
friends watch it. So,
my friends probably agree with me. I hope they do. Like, I'm talking about the random cast that just comes through and like, let's watch this
yeah.
Graybeard stuff. Oh man, he's against prisoners getting the genitalia cut off and switched out.
Don't
I
be
don't
afraid
think.
of that. You know,
Don't be afraid
speak,
of that.
speak. That's right. Well, even God tells you to preach. You gonna
Yeah,
preach.
I got to say what
You
I
got
believe. So I might
Well,
get crucified.
to quote a friend of ours, old Barry Smith back in the day, when you don't say anything, you condone
It's not
anything.
this for you, Barry.
I doubt Barry's watching because Barry unfriended me years ago because of my right-leaning views, I guess, my conservative.
Yeah, I wish we could have had some of those discussions on here because I know y'all used to talk a lot on Facebook
We did for a
about
little
what
while,
you.
and then and he changed his whole, again, he's he took one out of the left's playbook, right, and said, all right, I'm unfriending him, I'm following, I'm not and that's
Mhm.
fine. That's his choice, right? It doesn't mean I don't like Barry and I still consider him a friend. That's the difference between us. He'd rather, I'm sure if I met him on the street, he'd be like, hey, what's going on with, but be in the reality of the closet world, he's not gonna, you know,
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
gonna promote anything that a conservative person is.
Mhm. Yeah. I remember every weekend, me and my dad get into this debate. And it's
Well,
mostly him talking. And he's left. He's like, yo, man, don't you vote? Don't you vote for Trump? That dude's the Antichrist, bro. I said the Antichrist. He's like, hey, he's the Antichrist. He's doing this, he's doing that. A lot of y'all gonna be
I'd be
deceived following this cat.
I'd be curious how, I mean, it is what, I don't and that's the thing that gets me is that I haven't seen anything like that. Um,
He's just throwing the term out there. He's not truly biblically antichrist. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying that. He's just thinking that, a lot of folks do see Trump as becoming an emperor. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he was
And I think
already the president for 4 years, and none of,
yeah, but you look at, I mean, folks are looking at January 6th, all right?
yeah,
And they're thinking like, man, he got this much power over people, you know what I'm saying? So he's kind of like Julius Caesar, you know what I'm saying? He got all the folks behind him. He's gonna change the system. He's gonna be president for life. I mean, it's a real fear out there amongst individuals on the left. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, he's gonna get in there. He's gonna just appoint his successor. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, that's paranoid to the max right there.
appoint your
I don't,
successor. I
yeah.
think that's happening right now with Harris. She was
Yeah, I
appointed.
mean, that's the way the
Nobody
system
voted for
goes,
her.
right? Yeah.
Nobody voted for her. She
You
was
never would have
appointed.
voted for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. But it was an eye-awakening thing. Like I said, yesterday, wife saw that she was supporting dudes, dudes in prison getting
Yeah.
getting switched out.
Yeah. I
She
mean, we
was
could
like,
go, I mean, to be honest with you, it is very difficult. Unfortunately, I just think, to be honest with you, I don't know what the Democratic Party is thinking, man. Both of those two people that they had, even though if Biden truly won, I'm not being a conspiracy, but there's a lot of um, beliefs out there that it was not a legit election, right?
mhm, mhm.
Regardless of the fact that they think that, it doesn't matter. He's been in the office for the last 3.5, almost 4 years.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Either figure it out later on, and prosecute those that were involved, or find, it's up to the states, not the U.S. government, to elect a president, right?
Mhm.
And it's the
Yeah.
states' responsibilities. They need to clean up their act,
But
and keep.
the crazy thing, okay, let's just say Georgia, right? From Georgia originally. Let's say Georgia had voter fraud, right? And evidently the majority of Georgians, because they turned blue. I think it was blue the last election,
Well,
right?
Atlanta has because all the handouts. My opinion.
Okay, but that's the majority of the folks live up there in Atlanta, right? So
Mhm.
why would they fix a system that benefits them? You know what I'm saying? Each
Exactly.
each each state, right? They're the red, blue, maybe purple or whatever. But if you got a state that's predominantly red or predominantly blue, and they're like, hey, we're not gonna try to fix this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because and then if you appoint some agency to do it, can you trust them? You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's
I
no
don't know.
government. There's no U.S. government agency that's going to do that,
I know.
right?
I'm just saying, if you did,
Uh, well,
what would you
that's
fix?
one of the fascinating things about the electoral process in this country is it is not a democracy as they want you. They keep spouting this democracy, democracy. We are not a democracy,
Hmm. Yeah, we're a republic.
right? Exactly. So, and that's where people they get all weird about, well, the majority in a democracy, it's all about majority rule, where in a republic is not, you know.
Hmm.
That's why they
Hmm.
don't like the electoral college.
Hmm.
And then in the state, say Georgia, right? We'll just talk that real quick. Now, I may be wrong. I'm no political scientist by any means. I don't know how things work in every state or period, but I believe even in state governments, right, you have districts, right? So you have state representatives, and even Atlanta only has so many. Well, if you got Atlanta, which is all blue, which is the majority of people, we'll just go with that. I don't think it is. I mean, it is the largest state or city in Georgia, right?
Hmm.
But it doesn't mean that everybody in that rest of that state and all the other districts are blue or Democrat, right?
Right. And mostly they're red outside of Atlanta. For the most part, is red in Georgia.
Yep. And that's what can affect the change, because Atlanta only gets such a their voice is huge, but it ain't bigger than the rest of the state.
But you got smatterings of blue everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Which you know
Which
what I'm saying?
doesn't, but if you're representative in these little smatterings around the state, right?
Hmm.
They're it's like here, right? I'm looking at my in South Carolina, who I can choose to vote for in South Carolina. There's things where there's nobody but one person that is running for that position
Hmm.
because nobody's running against them. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
This is like
Okay.
county council or whatever. You know, I don't know if you've looked at your vote
No, I haven't.
ballot yet. So unless you have um, somebody to run against you, and I've seen like, and someone that was, I don't know what her name was, but sent me a text message like, I don't know you from, damn it, I don't know you nothing, and she was talking about women's reproductive rights and blah blah blah. I'm like, when does that become on the ballot? I don't understand. People, if you live, it depends on where you live in the state. The Supreme Court said we're out of this business. It's not a U.S. government or federal issue. It's a state issue. Period. Now, if you live in a state that you can't have, freedom to kill babies, then move to a state where you can freely have babies and kill them, whatever. It's not a
I
federal
never.
thing.
That's a good point that you're making. We should be voting for national issues versus state issues. You know what I'm saying?
We do.
But we've put state issues. That's what's on the ticket. That's what you was just saying. I thought that hey, this is your state issue. You got a president, you got a governor. You know what I'm saying? That's your president of your state. And if you want this to do this in your state, then you need to vote accordingly. But the president, hey, I'm the president of all the states. I support all y'all decisions. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I got junior presidents out there called governors. But let's vote what's best for the nation. We can't. States have their rights, right? So, like you said, if your state don't support what you like, go to another one. You got
Go
the freedom to
somewhere
do
that
that.
does. And that's the thing. Everybody's like, well, why should I have to move because I want to kill babies, unborn babies, or fetuses, or
Well,
whatever
look
term they
at
want
the
to use, you know?
look at the border. Those guys are moving because they don't like what's going on in their whole country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why should we have to move? Because we're being oppressed
They,
by drug
yeah.
dealers.
So, I mean, they're trekking across countries probably from very treacherous areas to get
Yeah,
to
flip
this,
flops. And then flip flops.
utopia of the United States, of
Yeah,
America, you know,
yeah,
and yeah, um,
yeah.
wow.
People do that. They migrate. You know what I'm saying?
Well, exactly.
Animals migrate.
They've been doing it since the beginning of time, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it's too cold here. Let's go
even in
south.
even in the Bible, it talks about, go
Yeah,
go to here and you will get, right?
yeah. Go to the promised land, land of milk
Yes,
and honey.
milk and
Leave the
honey. Yes.
Egyptians.
Yep. So I mean, it's a never ending, uh,
Yeah.
fact that's how life is going to be.
Yeah, hey, if you don't like it, even with jobs, right? People move all the time for a job. You and I migrate to work every
Yeah, I'm
day.
not where I live here in my trailer park here in South Carolina. That I grew up in Pennsylvania. You know, I probably talked about this before. I was a Pennsylvanian man. I'm a redneck hillbilly. I grew up in the hills of Pennsylvania, northwest corner of Pennsylvania, and I probably would. I was going to do my 4 years, get some training in the military, and
Mhm.
go back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't take me long to realize how much I didn't. there's things about Pennsylvania I didn't care for. I didn't care for the taxes, and not that they're crazy, but they're expensive. And of course, I met my wife, in my first duty station. We got married, and we've been married for 38 years almost. Yeah, 38 years. Anyways, and there was things I'm not moving back there. There's
Hmm.
nothing there. I found other things in other states that I was stationed in, that I liked better
That's
because they did things better.
hmm South Carolina very similar to Georgia, but there's no need for me to move back to Georgia. My job is here. My little
Hmm.
business is here.
Yeah.
I've established
Well,
a lot of
your
stuff here in
family,
South Carolina.
aside from your parents and your brother, I imagine, I don't know.
Everybody's in Georgia.
Yeah,
My
but your
daughter
your
is
daughter's
here.
not. Yeah,
Yeah,
both your daughters
Peaches.
are here.
Yeah. So hey, that's it. It does it.
Yeah, and
Credits can start rolling.
it's not like you're hundreds and hundreds of miles, it take you
Right.
a day. You can be there in a few hours and visit.
Mm. There's nothing in South Carolina. There's nothing in this state that deprives me of anything that I want. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
nothing that detrimental. Like, I'm leaving this state. You know what I'm saying? They don't sell whatever they sell. They don't grow legal marijuana.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going,
yeah.
I'm out. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that detrimental for me to leave. No
It's
persecution going
it's funny you
on.
say it. I was on Idiotgram yesterday, and
Mhm.
someone had posted South Carolina, right? And they would
Mhm.
move the truck around the state, and they had so they would do like Rock Hill, Columbia, Charleston, South Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Augusta, or North Augusta, Greenville. And all they did was show there was you could see the beach, and then there would be like police crime. Like Columbia was nothing but crime, crime, crime. You know, all this stuff was everything on it was bad, right? Which I'm like, you know, that's not true. But that's someone's perspective, though, right? It's important to realize that when people put stuff like this out, that's their perspective, right? Because that's something that's important to them. Whether or not you're going to live there, you got to remember there's a pretty high crime rate in certain areas of that you have to be mindful of. Like, I mean, I live in a very um, rural area, if you will, comparative, but people want to live in a city, be around other people. I care not to. I like interacting with people, but
Yeah, you got a conglomeration of people. You gotta have more crime. It's just it's just natural,
right,
man. You're
yeah, the
gonna have
more people around you, the more crime,
more
is going.
crime is gonna be
Is
in some sort.
You're going to be
People
more
feel that,
exposed to it, right?
yeah. Some people I can hide myself amongst the people so I can do
Yeah.
more crime. Yeah, so it's understandable. It's gonna be like that. But it's not enough crime for me to
Well,
roll
hopefully
out.
everybody. Everybody excuse my kind of relaxed or slouchy posterior for. It's all because I'm trying to save my bum hole. Uh, it's kind
Yeah,
of
but
quite agony. Quite,
somebody's gonna mention it wasn't about your bum hole. It was something else. Dang it, slipped my mind.
oh yeah,
We just keep going. But I'll say this here, folks that's listening in, we just whenever Wayne and I get a chance to rap at the work, we just kick the can. It's kind of what our show is built off of, our
yeah.
ability to kick the can and
Oh yeah,
attract an audience. You know what I'm saying? We're not as free flowing as we are at the job. So maybe we'll loosen up a little bit, but yeah, folks always gravitate to our portion of the office and they listen to us go back and forth over various things and clown. And we're half serious, we're half making fun, and it's entertaining. So I was like, you know what? Wayne is really funny to me. This is the way he look. Look at his face. Not that you, but I'm just saying your expressions is funny as heck to me. So I stay laughing 7 out of 8 hours at work, just listening to this cat, questioning and everything. Like, you need more aggressive tires in your truck.
I didn't say he needed more aggressive tires. I said
Hey man, you know I'm gonna
I
put
prefer a more aggressive
I'm gonna
tread.
put the slant. I put the slant on it. You know what I'm saying? But when it processed through this mind, that's what came out. When you said whatever you said.
Well, and then he told me, you know, were
A
you
little
there
something.
when he was telling us? I guess that was Wednesday, third Tuesday, Wednesday.
Hmm.
He was telling us that his wife was driving the truck and she got it stuck.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that, man.
Oh, you didn't hear that? He was like,
No.
yeah. And it was just because she really, it was stuck as you know, because it is a four-wheel drive truck, and it was just she was trying to back. She pulled in somewhere to near his something to do with his brush pile and this big, you know, he's got that huge
Mhm.
ranch, you know, the Birch Ranch,
Yeah.
and she was down in the back somewhere and got the truck. She pulled in and then it wouldn't back out. It was
Yeah.
spinning, whatever.
Yeah.
So she ended up walking back to the house, and he saw her coming back, and
He knew
uh,
everything. So it went south when he saw her walking back.
yeah, she's walking
What?
back, and he was, you know, he's automatically stuff running through his brain, I'm sure. But anyway, so he went down there, and he's like, he was sitting there telling the story, and he's waiting for me to say, "Yeah, probably wouldn't have that problem if you had those more aggressive tread on your
Ah,
tires." But
man,
he went down there, and she was just her not knowing what to do, put
yeah.
the vehicle in four-wheel drive, and he was doing it all wonky too. Obviously, he needs to read his owner's manual. The only time you put it in neutral is if you're going and putting it in low range. But it is a Ford, who knows? You may have to spin around, tap your head, and rub your belly. I don't know. It is a Ford. Um,
The barrage of anti-Ford comments that you make, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing too that
I,
I find humor in that.
well, that's because people tout that it's just like the cowgirls, right? I don't like the cowgirls because they tout themselves to be the best,
That's
you know,
right. We do.
America's team, and they're not, right?
America's
It's
team. Yeah,
and
okay.
same with Ford, best selling truck. I mean, there's a litany of failures that again, this is people being blind and product loyal, right? And it's
Yeah,
like
well,
then they
one.
want to complain, but they're going right down to that Ford dealership or Toyota or Nissan, Chevy, whatever, buying the same garbage because they didn't learn their lesson the first time.
Advertisement works, man. You just think about, like you said, I'm a redneck hillbilly from wherever. All right, you see a doggone commercial that says military grade, and then they drop like tons of steel on this vehicle, and it bounces up and it goes off.
Yeah.
You don't know any better. You know, you're
Nope.
thinking that commercial's real. You know what I'm saying? It's military grade. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then they show the rivets, ding, 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 ding. Naturally, you think, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But if you really put some really real thought into it, you're like, there's no way they would build a tank for me to drive around. You know what fuel consumption would be on a vehicle that had military grade steel?
Fuel consumption ain't no big deal.
It
Uh,
is now. Not until once we go back to drilling, maybe not. But yeah. So
well,
yeah, commercials.
that's a whole nother issue.
Hmm.
My bum. Ugh.
I empathize with you, man. I got one of these little donuts. I bring it to work. It's just-
No, yeah. My wife said that not to bother with those. They don't really work. And I said, well,
oh, really?
yeah, it doesn't hurt me to sit on it. It's getting up and moving around. It's just pain. It's just sore. You know, I mean,
How
like
long
I
can you
said, I got
expect?
wrecked. I don't know how somebody, you know, I have a whole new understanding of, you know, pain in the butt. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but we have about, you know, 5 minutes remaining here. So
Dang, time flies when you're having fun.
I know. Well, 30 minutes of show is 30-minute show is not a lot of time, you know. The
Nah.
and I say a show, it's just more like a discussion. I wish that anybody that's watching, I know, um, man, leave a comment. My cousin blew me up. He got caught up after the hurricane. I appreciate that. Thanks, Rick.
What do
Um,
you say, man? Give me one thing Rick said. I haven't been on in the last couple of days. So what Rick? What? Give me a comment. I
well,
want to know
there,
what Rick told me.
I'd have to open it up separately, and I will tell you one of the comments. We don't have we have limited time, so um, I'm going to my comments here. Hold on. Which one was it? So like he was talking about I did the window regulator. It's Wayne from Graybeard. Hold on, I don't want to hear it. I just want to read the comments. Anyways, there's 9 comments, right? This is he was like, I'm betting that it works. That was his comment. Because he read it was in a section, like he was commenting to my comment, I think, in the video where I was like, well, we'll see if it works. And he goes, I'm betting that it works, which is great,
Okay.
but it's like then he's like, I enjoyed it. I was like, then he said, then he made another great comment. He said, totally different on my truck. Yep. I said, I
Okay.
haven't delved into his so he has like I think his is a 2008 or 9, which
Mhm.
was 2000. Actually, 2007 they changed the body style for
Mhm.
GM trucks. In 2007, they did run a classic version in
Mhm.
2007, which was just basically holdover stuff that they didn't sell in 2006. My opinion. But anyways, and then uh, he was like, "You're lucky that didn't break." And if you watch the video, you know what he's talking about. And I know you probably haven't watched the video, so you have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, I need to put on my Riddler's hat.
Huh?
I need to put
Put
on
on
my
your what?
Riddler's hat. All these question marks, like, the heck is going
Yeah, I'm
on?
sure they're all going
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying
But
to see
one,
if
hey
he.
Rick, thanks for giving a shout
Yeah.
out, commenting, keeping it alive.
Well,
Appreciate
he's
that.
doing good after the hurricane. He's got it on. He didn't have he fared fairly well. Um,
Mhm.
says we got 2 minutes remaining. He's doing well, and I appreciate each and every one of it. The few loyal listeners that we have, I know it's kind of tapered off. Some of the new is wore off on some people. To just to watch, and they're like, "I got it." We don't.
Gotta give them a stage, man. That's what we need to do. We need to give them a stage.
Yeah, well,
We need,
that's what we've asked them. All right, I've asked people to, hey, comment, whatever. That's their voice to the show, right?
let's take a
You know,
caller next week, man.
well, get
That's what we're
somebody,
gonna do. All right, I
get
got a
somebody.
I got a guy now. A guy named Chuck. And we're just gonna
Chuck.
call him that. Chuck. I'm gonna get
Okay.
Chuck on. And we're gonna
All right,
let we're gonna
Chuck.
have Chuck don't
Does he
have a beard,
watch the
he's a baby
show? I haven't
face.
seen any comments from Chuck.
Chuck is busy writing books and
Mm,
YouTube channels and all that. But he said he will get on here. I mean, he really knows a lot of stuff. So we're gonna
all
we're
right.
gonna we're gonna have Chuck on next week. We're
All
gonna get
right.
old Chuck.
All right, you
Yeah,
guys. You've heard it. Chuck, next week.
Chuck. Next
Let's
week.
hope
First
so.
guest.
But we're out of time. Thanks for watching. Hit the
Appreciate
like
it.
button. Comment, please. You can subscribe
Subscribe
if
if
you'd
you can.
like. Over to you, Bug.
Hey, that's it. What he said. I second that emotion. Not emotion, but I second that whatever he did.
Second that motion.
Second that emotion, man.
All right.
But hey, appreciate everybody. Looking forward to having our first guest, Chuck, next week. Same time.
Out
All
here.
right. Have a good one.